There are cities that welcome you right away, and others that prefer to remain silent, hiding their secrets among stones, legends, and shadows. Lucca belongs to the latter. We are in the northwest of Tuscany, in a city enclosed by perfect walls that seem to preserve not only its history but also its mysteries. Today, we will take you to discover the Lucca that maps don't tell you about. And we promise, after this journey, you will never see it in the same way again. Let's go! To understand Lucca, you have to start here, with its walls. Not just simple fortifications, but a true stone embrace wrapping around the entire city. 11 meters high and built during the Renaissance, they seem designed for war. Traces of cannons and emplacements are still visible today. Yet, these walls never witnessed a single battle. Instead, they served to defend Lucca from another enemy, the floods of the Serchio River. Today, as you walk along the 4 kilometers, now transformed into an elevated park, you find yourself surrounded by medieval towers, red rooftops, and hidden gardens. The walls protect from the outside, but it's inside that Lucca reveals its most fascinating stories. On Via Fillungo, the liveliest street in Lucca, stands the Torre delle Ore. At 50 meters, it is the tallest tower in the city. Since the 14th century, its clock has marked the passing of time, but its bells also carry a legend that has been told for centuries, the story of Lucida Mansi. It is said that this noble woman sold her soul to the devil to keep her beauty and youth. 30 years later, when the deal was about to come to an end, Lucida climbed the 200 steps of the tower, trying to stop the bell and freeze time. But she failed. She fell into the pond of the botanical garden, and even today, on nights on the full moon, people say her spirit rises from the waters. And this is not the only place where the devil left his mark. Just a short walk to Piazza Bernardini and you'll come across a mystery. Palazzo Bernardini, with its Renaissance facade, looks perfectly harmonious, except for one detail: a curved stone beneath a window. Architects tried many times to replace it, but each time the stone bent again. From dark legends, we move to a symbol of faith and spirituality. Anyone visiting the Duomo of Lucca, the Cathedral of San Martino, an extraordinary Romanesque Gothic monument, cannot help but notice a labyrinth carved into the pillar of the third arch on the right side of the facade. This is not a random decoration, it is an invitation to reflect on the journey of the soul toward redemption. In the Middle Ages, such symbols were often placed in pilgrimage sites. Lucca itself was one of the stops along the Via Francigena, the route that led pilgrims from the northern Europe to Rome. The labyrinth reminded travelers that their journey was not only physical but also spiritual. Next, we move to a symbol of Lucca's history, Piazza dell'Anfiteatro. Its perfectly elliptical shape reveals the foundations of the ancient Roman amphitheater, which could hold up to 10,000 spectators. Today, houses rise where once there were tiers of seats, and at the center, a cross marks the intersection of the original entrances. Walking across it means stepping on centuries of history that still pulse beneath your feet. Not far away, in the heart of the ancient Roman Forum, stands Piazza San Michele with its spectacular church. At the top of the facade, the Archangel Gabriel stands triumphantly over the dragon. It is said that a diamond is set in his ring, and that from a specific point in the square you can see it sparkle at night. And then there is the Torre Guinigi, perhaps the most poetic symbol of Lucca. Instead of battlements or bells, its summit is crowned with a rooftop garden of ancient elm oaks. Paolo Guinigi, lord of the city, planted them as a symbol of rebirth. But legend has it that on the day he was captured by Francesco Sforza, the tallest tree suddenly lost all its leaves, signaling his downfall. But Lucca is not only about legends, it is also the birthplace of real geniuses. Here, in 1858, Giacomo Puccini was born. In his childhood home, now a museum, are preserved his piano, manuscripts, and memories of an artist who turned dreams into immortal music, from La Bohème to Tosca. Even when his career took him to Milan, Puccini chose to keep ownership of this house, forever connected to his Lucchese roots. And as you walk through the narrow streets, the air leads you to ancient flavors. Along the alleys, you will find bakeries selling buccellato, a sweet bread scented with anise, traditional trattorias serving handmade tortelli, and pizzerias offering cecina, a thin savory chickpea flour pancake that can be enjoyed on its own or inside a flatbread called schiacciata. Lucca cannot be visited in a rush. It is a city that asks for time to listen to its silences and its suspended secrets. This is the Lucca that maps don't tell you about. A city of layers, legends, art, history, flavors, that reveals itself only to those willing to listen and let it unfold before you, one secret at a time.